Carly, I just had a look at my phone. Did my mom really have to be taken to the hospital?
George, you finally started replying to me? Why did it take you so long to look at your phone? I tried calling and texting you so many times already, right?
I was in the middle of a very long meeting, all right? Because of all your calls, I ended up having to step out for a second to mute my phone. And that caused me to miss some very important information for next week. So, how's my mom doing right now?
I'm sorry about that. As for your mom, for the time being, what's happened with her isn't life-threatening.
I see. Then I can calm down a little.
But from here on out, I don't think things are going to be getting any easier. I was told by the doctors that her body won't be able to move like it used to before. And over time, things might start to become more and more difficult for her, like picking up heavy things and getting up out of bed.
So what you're telling me is that she won't be able to return to her normal lifestyle?
Yes. With the way things are for her now, I don't think there's any going back to the way she was before. If she doesn't have any help, she won't be able to go to the bathroom or take a bath. I don't think she's ever going to be able to live on her own again, George.
Is that so?
What should we do about her? Neither of us ever thought something this serious would be happening to her as well. In the coming months, we're going to have to make some very difficult decisions regarding her.
Well, there's nothing we can really do about that, huh? You'll just have to start taking care of her for me and be around the house even more often.
Wait, you want me to? Remember that we also have your dad who isn't able to get out of his bed at all. I can't start taking care of both your mom and dad for you.
Mom's not going to be glued to her bed, right? That means while you're taking care of my dad, you can watch over my mom and help her with the 1 or 2 things she needs per day. This was the whole reason we started living with my parents, right? To take care of them as they got older? We have to do the same thing for my mom now that we've been doing for my dad. It's not like things are going to change much now that you have 2 people to take care of, right?
Please don't say such ridiculous things. With the way things have been at home so far, I haven't really been able to get any sleep for myself. If I have to care for 2 people at once, I'm going to pass out.
Then what do you think we should do? Because to me, that looks like our only option right now.
Do you think we can put one of your parents into an elderly home? Or maybe even both of them together? That way they wouldn't have to be lonely going into a place like that.
Huh? Don't start talking about nonsense like that. You think I'm putting either of my parents into one of those homes?
Why can't you? It's not that crazy of an idea, I think.
Putting your parents into an old folks' home is the same thing as throwing them away. Could you really do something so embarrassing to us?
How would putting one or both of them into a place that can take better care of them be embarrassing? We have to do it at some point, George. I may be able to help them both with things like getting around the house, eating, going to the bathroom, and so on, but I have no clue what to do when one of them has a major medical emergency. Even this time, when your mom collapsed, I didn't know what she needed as quick as I should have, and that's why someone like a nurse would have been a lot better watching over them.
But by putting my parents into a home like that, you would be embarrassing me. People would start to think I'm the type of cold-hearted son that abandons his own parents. Everyone in my family would hate me for it. So I will not allow either of my parents to end up in a home.
Who cares what other people say? Most people will never understand how tough situations like the one we're in now can be. Also, there are plenty of people in this exact same situation who have chosen to move their parents to some place where they'll be better off.
I said no to it, so that means no. Do you really feel like embarrassing me that badly?
I'm not trying to embarrass you in any way, but it's been me taking care of your dad this whole time. Are you trying to force me to work to death also that you can protect that insignificant honor of yours?
What was that? Are you saying that something like sacrificing your free time for my parents is not worth it? You really are a cold-hearted woman, aren't you? No wonder you're able to talk about putting my parents into an old folks' home so lightheartedly.
George, don't start trying to pick a fight now. I don't want us to start picking one another apart because of this stress. I'm just trying to tell you that having to push myself beyond my own limits to take care of both your parents is not a good way of doing things. I can't be the only one thinking this right now. Actually, I feel really bad that your parents aren't being given the option to go to an experienced old folks' home.
You're only feeling bad because you're not putting in the effort to care for them more. Anyhow, we will not be putting my parents into any kind of home. Now you go home and get things ready for my mom to come home and be taken care of by you. This conversation is over now, so be quiet and do as I've said.
Your mom only has a little bit of time left. The doctor is saying that you and I need to prepare for the worst. Right now, the doctor's doing what they can to care for her and make her comfortable, but they're not certain she'll be around too much longer.
I see. It hasn't even been 2 years since my dad passed away, right? I never expected my mom to be passing away so soon, too.
We were all very shocked when your dad took his last breath that day. I think he was just exhausted of having to stick around, and that's what led to his passing. And ever since then, your mom's conditions have only worsened.
I was really thinking those two would be around at least a few more years with us.
I was as well. Well, now that you're aware of the current situation, would you please start coming home? I don't want you out there feeling like you're all alone, and considering this will be your last chance to see your mom, you should be around us. I'll make sure to give you as much time and attention as you need.
I'm sorry, but that's just not going to happen. I have a lot of work to manage still.
Can't you ask one of your bosses to give you just a bit more time on all that stuff? This is your mom we're talking about here. Would you really be willing to let your mom live her last moments without you at her side?
I really do want to be there to look after her and all, but right now this work that I have to do is more important than anything. So there is no easy way for me to get a few days off.
But this is your mom, George. There shouldn't be anything more important than your own family, than your own mother, right?
I have to keep working in order to afford for my mom to have a really nice funeral. If I don't have the money to pay, then I won't be able to honor her in a way she deserves. I would like for her to have a really beautiful casket and have the decorations be all kinds of exotic flowers.
I understand how you're feeling right now.
Also, if she really is on her last leg, then I have a lot to prepare for elsewhere. And the funeral is the most important thing to think about. I really have to make sure she has a great one.
Do you want me to help?
I want you to help with all of it, actually. That's your job, to handle all of that, actually. I'm the one that has to work outside the house and make sure we have money.
Understood. But at the very least, could you make sure not to stay too late every night and come home to be with me? I don't want to be in this house all alone right now.
My mom is there with you, right?
No, she isn't. She's at the hospital right now because she has to be hooked up to all sorts of machines, so I really am at home all by myself right now.
Why do you hate being home all alone anyway?
I just don't have a good feeling about things right now, and this house is making me depressed.
Huh? How is the house making you depressed? You've been living in that house normally all this time, and just now it's starting to make you feel depressed?
Before this, your mom said something very strange to me. It was like she was chanting a curse or a spell or something. I'm not sure what all she was saying then, but ever since I heard that, I've been feeling off. And if I have to be honest, I don't like it in this house anymore. And being by myself here is the worst feeling ever.
You're acting like a 5-year-old now, you brat. She was just talking in her sleep or something, right? You told me before that my mom had recently become pretty weak mentally and was talking nonsense quite often. So stop imagining things and pull yourself together.
But I'm not lying when I say things have been pretty depressing here, right? I'm aware of it very much, and being here alone is not helping me feel any better.
Maybe you've just been in the house so much lately that you're getting bored. If you don't get up and move a bit more, you're gonna feel lethargic and sad. How about you go outside for a bit and pull some weeds for once? Ever since my mom became sick, she hasn't been tending to her garden, so it's filled with all kinds of crap now.
I don't have time for that right now.
Anyway, there's nothing you need to be worried about right now. I've lived in that house far longer than you, and all that time nothing strange was happening there, and I came out just fine, right? By having me there, you're not going to be changing anything either. So just relax and get back to preparing for what's to come.
I just finished up all the paperwork at the courthouse, so in a little bit I'll be coming home.
Thanks for that. Ever since my mom's funeral ended, we've finally been able to get some well-needed rest.
That's very true. But there's still a lot of stuff you and I need to take care of.
We have to start working on cleaning up the house now, too. In order to start our new lives together, you and I need to clean the whole place out and organize all of our things.
That's a good point. There's a ton of stuff to go through there, so we have to keep going a little bit longer. We also have to talk about the inheritance. When we have a chance, let's you and I go to the lawyer and talk with him about it.
No, you don't have to come. We'll make sure to handle all that stuff.
What? What do you mean we'll handle all of the inheritance stuff?
I'm talking about my new wife and I. We'll make sure to deal with all of the inheritance.
Huh? What are you saying right now?
Mom and Dad are both dead now, which means I no longer have any use for you anymore. I want to marry someone else now, so please, divorce me. I've already decided that I'm going to have a brand new wife now, so there's nothing you can do to stop this.
George, have you been cheating on me? You were always forcing me to be home and caring for your parents like I was a tool to you. And you were using that time to go out with another woman? Just waiting for them both to die so that you could then get rid of me?
That's right. That's why I want you to hurry up and get out of my house. I just need you to get all of your things together and get out of that house for me, please. And make that happen as quick as possible.
You have to be lying right now. I can't believe this. I'm so happy.
What? You're so happy?
I am. I have been waiting for years to hear those words come out of your mouth.
What do you mean you've been waiting for years?
I've been wanting to leave that terrible house for so long now. That's why I am filled with joy now to hear you wanting me out of that place.
What? So you've been wanting me to leave you?
I have. I knew that we'd have a lot of work to do cleaning up the house after your parents passed away, and that made me wonder when the best time would be to leave. But hearing you tell me now that I can go, I am just over the moon with happiness. And the fact that I don't even have to help clean up the mess really helps me out a lot.
Why have you been wanting to leave that house and me? You've been my housewife this whole time, so there's no way you can take care of yourself on your own. Or could this mean you've had another man on your mind?
I never had any time to think about other men, right? And there was never a moment where I was able to leave the house for more than 20 minutes, so I never had any affairs. You seem to be the only unfaithful person here. Now, if you would just think of why I've been wanting this, you'd have the answer. For a long time now, you have made my life such a living hell. Therefore, I need to get out.
Are you saying me asking you to take care of my parents was a living hell? Taking care of the husband's parents is what every wife has to do.
That's not the only reason I wanted to leave, but you would never be able to understand how I felt. Now, before I leave your life forever and am free, make sure to pay up. You owe me money now for having cheated on me, and there's also the splitting of our properties in the divorce. And if you're going to tell me you won't, don't worry, because I've already got myself a lawyer who will make you pay up. You just told me a second ago that you've had another woman, right? So I have a right now to a settlement for having been cheated on.
Oh, is that right? If I give you the money you want, you won't hang around anymore and will get out of my life, right?
Of course. Once I have that money, which I'm entitled to, I'll be out of your face in a second. Actually, if you don't give me any of the money I deserve, then I won't be able to move out of the house as soon as you'd like. I will also have to start looking for a job as well to make my own income with.
I get it. I'll get both the money for the settlement and the divorce ready and have it to you in a bit. So hurry up and get lost.
Understood. Thank you so much, George. Luckily, I don't have a lot of things to begin with, so I should have all my things together here soon. And then I can be out of your hair forever. Things like my bags and everything have all been taken away from the house now, so I'll be moving out as well. Have a good one, George.
You really made quick work of getting out of that house. He also had that divorce paperwork handed in quicker than I was thinking.
Did you think that I was going to throw it away or something?
Well, just a little bit.
I've already gotten the money from you, and there's not an ounce of love left in me for you. Also, I'm not even thinking about how you feel. I have to worry about my life now. I'll be living with my parents for a little bit here, but I need to find a place to move to and a job.
And as for myself, I'm heading to the courthouse tomorrow to get married to my new woman. And from there, her and I'll be living in that house.
Please do whatever you want without telling me about it. I have nothing to do with you anymore, so please leave me out of your life. Ah, and now that you'll have a new wife, make sure you actually take good care of her this time. I'm sure things will be hard for the both of you going forward, so treat her with some kind of affection. Now, as for you and your new wife, good luck with paying off all that debt.
Debt? What debt are you talking about?
You don't even know what I'm talking about? While your parents were around for their last couple of years, the both of them ended up creating a lot of debt.
Huh? What the hell are you going on about? I have no clue about any of that.
And that's because you never gave a damn about your parents and the house. Of course you wouldn't know about this.
Are you being serious right now?
Very serious, George. If you just took a few minutes to look into your parents, you'd know what I'm talking about.
Since when have they had any debt, Carly?
It's been years now that they started to get into said debt. Just like I said, you were always using your parents' Social Security, right? And then when you should have been handing some of it to us, you never ever did. So there was no way for them to pay things off, like their medical bills and the cost of living in that house.
Why didn't you tell me anything? If you knew there was debt, then you should have told me.
I don't think that you were unaware of it that whole time. I assume you knew the debt was a problem, but just didn't care about it.
You knew that I had no clue they were getting into debt, but you chose to stay quiet and screw me over, right? Now I know why you really wanted out of my house and out of my life. I was wondering why you were acting so weird.
I already had to sacrifice years of my life to taking care of both your parents all day and night, so I did not want to have to start paying off their debts for you next.
But you can't just keep quiet about something like that and never tell me a thing. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
If you don't want to take on your parents' debt, then tell the lawyer that you don't want to inherit anything from them.
I see. That's something I can do. That means I wouldn't have to pay off any of their debt, right?
That's correct. But if you do that, then you won't be given access to any of their properties, including the house, and it will all go towards paying off the remaining debt.
If I can't have the house, then I'll be in trouble. Do you have any idea how valuable the house is to me?
Then you are going to have to think about what is more important to you. If I were you, though, I'd give up the house to avoid all of their debt. I'm sure that having a free house is great, but not when it comes with more debt than the house is actually worth.
Can you tell me how much debt they have that needs to be paid off?
At least $20,000 that needs to be paid this year.
What? That's all they have? You really are such an idiot. I'd choose the house and take that debt, no questions asked. That house might not be the most valuable, but the land it's on is worth at least $100,000. I would never be able to let that house and its land go. Not for a measly $20,000 worth of debt.
You sure? You still have time to talk with the lawyer and tell him you don't want anything from your parents. So are you really going to throw away that chance and take everything they've left behind?
Of course I am. This is land that has been passed down from generation to generation in my family we're talking about. I would never, ever give it up out of some fear that $20,000 worth of debt would end me. I'm sure you were trying to scare me the best you could right there, but it didn't work.
Why would you think I was trying to scare you there?
Stop playing dumb. I know that you're trying to get back at me for kicking you out of the house and my life. You were just trying to ruin my day by saying all of that. I know it. You really think that a man of my kind would be crushed by $20,000 worth of debt?
Is that right? Well then, if you think $20,000 isn't too bad at all for you, go ahead and take the house and everything. I don't have any desire to live back inside that house or keep any of what your parents left.
You can stop acting like a sore loser, okay? Idiots like you could just shut up and leave me alone. Well, it's not like you and I'll ever see or talk to one another again after this. This is it, right? If you ever find yourself in a tough spot, don't even bother crying to me about it.
The same goes for you as well. If anything happens with you that you need help with, don't come crying to me about it. Now, goodbye forever.
Yo, it's me, George. Did you know all about this?
What's that? Oh, long time no see. What's happened with you?
I'm talking about the problem with this house. You knew about this all along, didn't you?
It's been a whole year now since we last talked, so you're going to have to be a little bit more detailed about what you're saying. Please explain everything to me from start to end.
You've known about how all of the land that this house resides on is completely polluted, right? Because of that, this house's value and this land's value have plummeted. Not a single person wants to buy it off of me, and actually I'm not legally able to even sell it.
So the land is polluted? This is the first time I'm ever hearing about that.
Stop acting like you don't know exactly what I'm talking about. You knew all about how this land was no good, and that's why you ran away from me when you did.
Is the pollution on that land really that bad right now?
I called and asked to see if the land could be saved and have all the pollution cleaned out of it, but all the surveying teams have said it's impossible. But all of that surveying cost me a lot of money to do. So now I'm in even more debt, and the only thing I learned is that the pollution is too bad right now and spreading.
That's a really tough situation you found yourself in then. Unfortunately, I'm not an environmental engineer or anything, so I have no idea what to do there.
Stop lying to me.
So you think I should know? The only thing I can say is that before leaving, I felt there was something wrong with that house. But I never connected that to the land being completely polluted. Now I can start to see why I was feeling so off there.
What are you talking about? Explain to me right now what you do know about this pollution.
You don't remember anything I mentioned a while back? I told you that the house was making me depressed and that I didn't like being there, right? And about how your mom started to say these strange chants and whatnot, which only made things worse.
Why are you bringing up all of that bullcrap again? My mom did not curse the house, and she was not speaking gibberish like you think.
Normally, I'm sure that would be the case. But what I'm saying is that for a long time, the house has been in sort of a really sorry state that even left your mom feeling more ill than she originally was. And close to the time I moved out of there, all of the plants and such outside started to die, and soon the grass did as well. There were no more bugs around, and most of the squirrels stopped coming into the yard. And if that's not enough evidence for you, both of your parents started to get really sick the longer they stuck around that house, right? I'm not saying that was caused by the pollution in the yard, but perhaps your mom has been cursing that house the whole time and we just never noticed it in time.
You're saying that the pollution played a role in my mom and dad getting that sick?
Like I said, I'm sure that's not the case, but there's a very high chance it was the reason for their sickness. Before you and I moved in with them, your mom always loved to work out in the yard, right? She was always using the faucet out there that came from the well water, right? Actually, it was only that outdoor faucet water that still came from the well.
So you're saying she became that sick because of the water she was using and maybe even drinking?
I'm just saying there's a high chance is all. But what I want to know is why the yard is that badly polluted in the first place. I'm sure if you can find out whoever was polluting that yard there, you could sue them and get all the money you need, right?
There's no way I can sue them. The reason this land is so badly polluted is because of my own family. My family buried a lot of old pesticides and herbicides in the ground years and years ago that were said to be terrible for people's health. That's the reason this yard is so polluted now.
Damn, you have some very bad family members then. Or had, I should say.
My wife even left because she said she doesn't want to live on polluted land anymore. And after trying to get those surveyors to help me out, I wasted even more money. And that ended with not a single person or company being able to help me. If something like this was going to happen, I would have been better off not taking the house and debt.
Had you listened to what I was saying before, none of this would have happened to you. All you had to do was take what I was saying a little bit more seriously, and then you would have known that the land was polluted. But it's far too late to think about any of that now, right?
I think you and I never spent enough time talking to one another, did we? I'm sorry about that. I should have spent more time with you and listened.
What? I'm honestly surprised by what you said just then. I never thought that the day would come that you'd say you're sorry to me.
I understand that what I'm saying is very ridiculous of me now, but do you think that you could come back to me?
If you knew something like that was going to sound so ridiculous, please don't say it.
But listen, I know now that you're the only woman for me. So please, give me one last chance to be your husband and treat you right. I know that I haven't said this yet, but I still have a lot of feelings for you.
Stop that right now, George. I know you're only wanting me back now because you lost that new wife of yours, right? I'm sorry, but I have a new man in my life now and a new world ahead of me. He is very close to me, and I think I might just marry him.
What? But it hasn't even been a year yet, right? You've already found yourself a new man?
That's because I completely forgot about you right after we got that divorce. The moment you were out of my head, I found myself someone far better.
What the hell, Carly? There hasn't been enough time for something like that to happen.
I'm not going to take that from a man that got married the day after he got a divorce.
I am so sorry. I made a huge mistake.
We all know that you made a huge mistake. I was the one that not only had to take care of your parents for you, but I also had to take care of you and myself. What were you doing all that time? I thought you threw me away because I was no longer any use to you. And you said you had a new woman with you and were getting married. You really think anyone is going to want to get back together with you after doing that? And
right now I feel sorry about literally everything I did back then. I am so very sorry, Carly. So please do something to help me. You are the only person I have left now.
What are you going on about now, George? I thought we both agreed that no matter how tough our lives became, we were not going to run back crying to one another. Right? So please stop crying to me about your piss-poor life right now. And it's not like there's anything I can do for you now anyway. You don't have any more parents for me to take care of there now, so I would have no reason for going back in that house. After that, having taken on so much debt to the point he could no longer borrow any more money, George had to suck it up and keep living in that old house on that polluted land. And then, not too many years later, George came down with the same sickness his mom and dad both passed away from. He was still young, but was in need of care from someone else. But because he lived with no one else, he was forced to be admitted into a recovery house where he would be cared for by volunteers while he tried to battle said sickness. He didn't have the money to put himself into anywhere that was really that great, so his life there consisted of him getting IVs put in by students in training, which was very painful at times for him. I don't hear much else about him anymore, but I do know that he will most likely never get out of that place and will end up dying there. And the only reason I'm saying that about him is because the sickness he has, that both of his parents passed away from as well, has a 100% lethality rate and cannot be cured. So no matter how much the doctors try and comfort him into thinking he'll be all right, there's no stopping the fate he set for himself now, and it'll only be a matter of time. The house that he had to leave, which is still sitting on that polluted land, has had nothing done to it. It's not able to be sold by any of the realtors in the area, and since the land is so polluted, it's impossible for it to be used commercially. Which means it will sit on that land until it collapses, I presume. Although I did take one drive by it the other day, and there was a sign out front saying not to enter the property. I'm going to assume that if it's not standing there in a couple of years, that the city is doing something about that land, and hopefully the future won't be as corrupted by it. That house has committed a lot of crimes. George's family has committed a lot of crimes. They both ended up killing 3 people while also causing 2 divorces. And it makes a lot more sense now why George's mom was cursing the place and wanted out of it so badly. As for what happened with me, I went to a class reunion and ran into one of my old friends that I had a crush on, and things took off from there. He was divorced as well when we started to date, and so within a couple of months of dating, we got married. It's been a few years now since our wedding, and we have 2 kids that keep us company. I was pretty much in my mid-40s when I had both of them, but they both came out healthy, so my husband and I are both very, very thankful. I was concerned about what that pollution might have done to me and what it could have done to my babies, but thankfully I think they're both safe. I did do a bit of yard work while I was at that house, but not much. However, I have noticed some days where I feel fatigued and not like I should be, and after a recent checkup, I was told to be more careful about what I consume and such, to make sure my body stays the healthiest it can. I don't like to think that the pollution has anything to do with this, but there's always the possibility that it does. And if that's the case, I only hope my future isn't as disastrous as George's. My current husband is a very wealthy man as well, but was not spoiled when he was younger, so he's very much willing to help out around the house and with the kids. Ever since divorcing George, my life has been filled with joy and nothing else. I can finally feel what it's like to be a free woman again, and what it's like to be a wife who is loved and looked after. And I think the reason for why all of this was able to happen without even one drawback is because I left the house right after George told me to get out, and because I cut out all of my feelings for him right then and there. Jack, are you there? I was just wondering what time you were thinking of coming home tonight.
I still don't know what time I'm gonna be able to make it back, actually, but if it's getting to be too late, then you should go to sleep before me.
You mean that you think you'll probably be working pretty late again today, then?
I don't really have choice in the matter either way. I mean, I have a job, I have to work.
I know, but I just feel like you've been coming home later and later lately. And ever since we had little Fiona, it's like you've hardly even been home at all.
Well, it's not like I don't wish that I could be home with you guys. It's just that I've been really busy with work lately.
But your company literally makes products for babies. You'd think they would be a little more understanding and give you some time off now that you're a father.
Well, I'm sure that my office would see things that way if I were a woman, but they don't give those kind of breaks to the men.
I see. Well, still, if it's possible, I would really like for you to try and come home just a little earlier. Ever since I got home from the hospital with Fiona, I just feel like I haven't gotten to get any sleep at all. I just really need your help with the baby, and that's why I want you home earlier.
And I get that, I really, really do, but I have this overtime that isn't going to do itself, and I have to stay until it's complete.
I know that you have your overtime, but I just feel like you were able to come home earlier before I had a kid is all.
Well, then, let's just chalk all of this up to bad timing on our part, okay? But the truth is that I really am busy here at work. You don't think that I don't feel bad leaving you and Fiona all alone at home and not being able to help out any around the house? Besides, you need to start carrying a bit more of your weight around the house anyways. I mean, sometimes I feel like you barely put any effort into making me breakfast and packing my lunch. I know that you're really busy with the kid and all, but it's not like you shouldn't have time to still be a good wife to me.
Jack, have you even read a single message that I've sent to you? I don't have any time to myself at all, and I'm never running on more than 4 hours of sleep if I'm lucky. Besides, it's not like I can just nap whenever I want while you're gone. Fiona is always keeping me up.
Okay, but the fact of the matter is that you get to stay home all day with the baby while I have to go out and work for a living. So maybe you could try seeing things from my perspective too, okay?
Jack, are you being serious right now? All I'm doing is asking for a little help around the house is all. Besides, Fiona is your child too. You understand that we both have to take care of her, right?
Of course I understand that, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to just let you dump all of the work of doing that onto me. I mean, she's not even a month old. How much crying can something her age really even do?
Jack, you're not getting it. I literally haven't even gotten to recover from when I had her.
Well, okay then. Just have a juice or some kind of smoothie or something and you'll be just fine. Just eat some vitamins or something, you know?
Jack, I know that you can't be serious about that, right?
I'm only suggesting what any logical person would suggest to you. Why are you always trying to argue with me over every little thing?
I just need to spend a little more time with Fiona so that I can catch up on all my rest is all. Even just the weekend would help me out enormously. I'm just asking you for this one small thing.
Okay, I get what you're saying here. Your plan is to have me work every day of the week just so I can spend my weekends at home with the kid?
That's not what I'm saying at all. Why are you being like this to me?
Why are you being like this to me, Mary? I mean, when am I supposed to get any rest of my own if I do that?
But that's what I'm trying to say. I don't feel like I get any rest as things are right now.
You can't say that. You literally spend all day at home. Do you really think that you have a tougher time taking care of a little kid than I do working in the office?
I don't know why you have to try and compare the two. They're just different kinds of work.
I can't believe that it's already gotten this late. Look, I'm probably not going to need dinner tonight, but you better make me something good for breakfast tomorrow. I really am getting sick of just buttered toast. You really need to step your game up.
Hey, Jack, are you there? I was just wondering if I could ask you to watch over Fiona today.
No, that isn't gonna happen. I really don't feel like being stuck indoors all day. In fact, the whole reason I don't want to be at home is because of that little brat. I mean, really, why did you have to change her diaper at the table while I was eating? Do you have any idea how nasty that is?
What are you talking about, Jack? I took Fiona into the other room to change her like I always do.
Okay, well, I could still see it from the corner of my eye because you left the door open. Honestly, what in the world were you thinking doing it like that? Do you have any idea how much that little brat stunk up the place? I completely lost all of my appetite right then and there.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that, Jack. I want you to know that that wasn't what I was trying to do by doing that at all.
Well, I'm just getting sick of this. I feel like it happens more and more, and you don't care at all about even trying to maintain any decorum around the house anymore. Not only that, but man, can that kid just really cry. Is it normal for girls her age to cry like that? It's just really non-stop.
Well, I think she just cries when she's frustrated or hungry or tired. It's the only way she knows how to communicate.
I really don't think that it's normal for a baby to be crying like that at all. I mean, I know friends with babies and they're not crying all the time like Fiona is. Typically, they're just asleep or staring off into space thinking of whatever it is babies think of.
I know your friends who have babies, and they're already a fair bit older than Fiona is, aren't they? Besides, you're not at home all of the time, and you miss when Fiona is just a quiet and happy baby. You really barely even know your infant daughter at all when you think about it.
I really don't know about this. I mean, are we sure that there's nothing wrong with the girl? Like, mentally, that is? Like, do we think she might have a defect?
I can't believe that you're even asking that, Jack. What has gotten into you? How could you say that?
I'm just saying that I don't think it's normal for a baby to be crying while I'm leaving for work and still be crying when I get home is all. I don't know what's going on, but that little thing is keeping me up all night, and you need to do something about it. Are you really telling me you think that's normal behavior?
I think that all parents feel this kind of frustration with their babies. But I think that we just have to get through this phase and wait for Fiona to grow up a little.
You don't know what you're talking about at all. I was talking to my mom about this, and she said that I never, ever used to cry as a child. Even when she would take me to the doctor, she said I wouldn't. And maybe that's what we should do. We need to take Fiona to a doctor. I think we need to have her examined so that we can find a way to make her stop crying so much.
Jack, please, this is a newborn that we're talking about. She's not even 6 months old. It is literally just that she has no other tools except her crying and screaming to try and express what she wants.
Well, I think that sounds like a problem with the baby. It needs to learn that you can't just demand things by crying all the time. I mean, do you really think that you've been a good mother letting your baby cry like this all of the time? You really don't think that you're not doing enough?
How could you say that about me? Why are you always trying to spin this around on me? I am doing my best, and it's still just never enough for you.
Well, you could try your best all you want, but if it's not showing any results, then I really don't see the point at all. And ever since we had that baby, the house has just become a huge mess. I mean, really, what do you even do at home all day? The least you could do is try and pick up after yourself if you're not going to do anything about Fiona's crying.
That's just how difficult it is to raise a child all by yourself when you're never, ever at home. You think I don't realize just how messy our place has gotten? Of course I have. I just don't have the time or energy to do anything about it.
Well, then it sounds to me like you're the one who needs to do better around here. I mean, how much trouble can a little baby even get in that you can't do anything else? If you can't make the baby stop crying and you can't keep the house clean and you can't cook well for me, then what's even the point of you?
I don't understand how you can say that. I'm trying to tell you about how difficult it is, and it's like you don't even want to hear the truth.
What I want to hear is you stop coming up with excuses and start to actually take care of our daughter. I'm the one who goes to work, you're the one who takes care of the kids. It's that simple. But if you can't even do any of that, then why should I bother going to work to take care of you both?
Please, Jack, you know that I think you do plenty for us. It's not like I don't know how hard you work.
Well, I really don't think that you do understand at all, actually. And I think that if you did understand, then you'd show your gratitude by doing a better job around the house.
I get that you think child rearing isn't a real job compared to the work you do, but it is.
Man, you are really just so obnoxious, do you know that? Look, the point is just don't ever change her diapers near me again, do you understand? And especially not while I'm eating. And quit doing it in our bedroom as well. I hate walking into where I'm gonna sleep and having it smell like that.
So you want me to try and figure out how to do it in the bedroom? Or should I just do it in the sink?
Honestly, you shouldn't even be doing it while I'm in the house at all. Do you understand me?
Are you kidding me? You can't be serious about that. I shouldn't change our baby's diapers while you're in the house?
I mean, it's not like I'm even at home all that much. You can just change it all you want while I'm away and then wait a little bit while I'm at home.
Jack, not only is that just disgusting to even suggest, it's also just unsanitary for our baby. Besides, do you really think that our daughter wants to just be sitting in her own mess for hours at a time?
I think that she's a baby and she really doesn't know what the difference would even be and won't even remember it growing up.
And that's all that matters? As long as she doesn't remember how we treated her, we can do whatever? I'm sorry, but that is not how I am going to raise my daughter, and that is final.
How dare you talk back to me like that when you can't even figure out how to make that baby stop crying? Just remember that I'm the one who puts this roof over your head and you're only able to stay at home all day taking care of that kid because of me. Hello, Mr. Todd. I was just messaging because I saw that I had some missed calls from you. Did you want to speak to me about something? Was there some kind of mistake that you needed me to address? I just want to know one thing, Jack. Where are you right now? Well, I was actually just about to hop in the shower for a little bit, but I have time to talk. I see. Well, I'm so sorry to interrupt your leisure time, but I'm afraid I need you to come into the office right away. You want me to go back to work right now, boss? I'm sorry, did I do something wrong? Is this something that I can only do at the office? It's just that it's already pretty late at night here, and I was kinda hoping to go to bed soon. Are you sure this can't wait until tomorrow? No, this is an emergency, and I need you here at the office right now. I know about how you kicked your wife and child out of your own home. In fact, that's actually exactly what I want to talk to you about. I just wanted to let you know that the company president is furious at you. Wait a second, the company president is the one who's wanting to speak to me because he's upset? I'm sorry, I'm just really a little bit confused right now. What are you talking about? What's going on right now? That's actually exactly what all of us here at the office want to know right now. The company president is asking just why he ran into your wife and child on the street. He agreed to take them in for the time being, but he wants to know why your wife was walking outside without a coat or even her phone on her. What do you have to say for yourself? What makes you think any of this is right? Wait, no, you don't understand. You see, the thing is that my wife and I got into a little fight is all. It was nothing serious, though. You mean that you got into a fight with your wife and your solution was to throw her and your child out of there? Do you have any idea just how cold it is outside right now? Your wife tells us that this baby isn't even all that old. She says that she had her less than a month ago. Is that really true, Jack? Yes, you're right. I shouldn't have reacted the way that I did, and it really was just a momentary lapse of judgment that I regret horribly. So then you admit that you've done something awful by throwing your wife and kid out like this, right? And yet when I text you asking about where you are, you're not even out looking for them? You just wanted to have a shower and go to bed instead? You're right. I really don't know what I was thinking at all. Thank you so much for helping me realize what a fool I've been this entire time. I really didn't realize how bad my actions were until now. Let's get something straight. You work at a company that makes goods for new mothers and babies, you realize that, right? Don't you think that it should have crossed your mind once to think about things from your wife's perspective? Did you even spend a second trying to empathize with what it is that your wife might be going through right now? I really am so sorry about all of this. I never meant to cause my wife any trouble or pain, and I certainly didn't want to get you or the company president involved in this either. Well, it's all a bit too late for that now because the company president wants to have a word with you, so you better get down to the office right this moment. Of course, I'll be right there. Let me just change and get into my car, and I should be there soon, okay? And I just want you to know that there will be consequences for what you've done and how you've treated your family. If this got out, it could have really hurt our corporate image, and for that you are going to be punished. Mary, don't you think it's finally time that you come on home? I mean, you've already been away for a whole week and haven't even let me see Fiona once that whole time. Do you really think it's fair for you to do this to me? She's my daughter too, you know. You can't just keep her from me like this.
I already told you that I am never, ever going to be coming back to that house again.
I know, but it's already been a week since you said that. Don't you think that you're just being a little cruel with all of this right now? Can't we just talk this all out like adults?
Nothing you can say is ever going to change my mind about this. I tried talking to you about all that was frustrating me, and you refused to listen.
I know, and I really am so sorry about that, but I just couldn't understand what you were trying to tell me. I'm sorry that I wasn't more understanding for what you were going through. But I want you to know that I talked a lot with my boss about all of this, and since then I've been able to learn a lot about what it's like to be a new parent and take care of a child on your own. I think that I'm finally starting to understand just how difficult the things I was putting you through really were.
Well, I am just so happy that you went to 1 or 2 little seminars and now you think you know what it is that I've been going through. But don't you think it's just a little funny that you wouldn't take my word for it? You had to have your own male boss sit you down and explain to you how hard I have it.
Mary, please, why are you being like this? I'm only trying to tell you where I was approaching this from. There's no need to talk to me like that. I promise that from here on out, I'm going to be helping you a lot more.
Help me? You're going to help me? Did you even learn anything at all from any of the whatever classes you went to? You're not going to help me with anything. We are parents. We're supposed to be doing this together as equals.
Oh, come on, you know what I meant. You don't have to be so pedantic about all of this. So I used the wrong words. The meaning is still there. You know it is.
I know that after I had our daughter, you spent more and more time out of the house and left taking care of her to me. I know that you complained any time you were home about any of the normal baby things that Fiona would do, and you even wanted to have her checked by a doctor. You never spent any time raising our daughter with me, and yet you had the gall to try and tell me what I was doing right and wrong. And on top of all that, you even told me that I shouldn't even change her diapers while you were at home. Honestly, I want some of whatever you were on while you thought that was okay to say to me.
Mary, I really am so sorry about this. I want you to know how honest I am about that. I really am so sorry. I never wanted things to go this far.
But that's not even all that you did. You lied to me about all of the overtime that you said you were away from home to do. I know that your work offers you paternity leave, but that you didn't bother taking it because you didn't even want to be around Fiona and I after she was born. And I know that instead, after you got off work at your usual time, you would just go out drinking or doing who knows what until late into the night. Do you really think that I would ever, in a million years, forgive you for all that you put me through? The way that you lied to me?
Please, Mary, just try and think about it from my perspective. I'm so tired from work and then to have to go home and take care of a child.
Then why didn't you just take the paternity leave that your job offers you? It was there for you to take with no issues at all.
I didn't want the guys to think that I was some kind of wimp for wanting to take the leave to be with my wife and kid and all.
Please tell me that high school-ass reason is not the actual reason why you didn't take the time off that your job literally gives you for free. Are you really trying to tell me that the reason you weren't home helping me raise our child is because you were trying to look cool for some people from your work? Well, at least now I know that I won't ever regret the divorce that you and I are going to be getting.
Wait a second, a divorce? What do you mean? You're not really going to leave me, are you? I don't want you to leave me.
Oh, really? Because you were more than happy to be out of the house and avoid your family while I was doing all of the work? Why do you want to keep your family together if you don't even want to spend any time with them in the first place?
Please, you have to know how happy I was when you had Fiona. It was the happiest day of my life.
Oh, really? Because if that were true, then I think you might have been able to put just a little bit of work into being a father for her. But you never even raised a finger to do anything for Fiona at all. Did you think that being a father was just being there for the happy moments, the exciting moments, the quiet moments? Is that what you thought fatherhood was going to be like?
Please, you know how busy I've been with work. Of course I know there would be harder times, but I just am so tired after coming home.
And I have barely gotten a wink of sleep at all since I came home from the hospital with our daughter. You never cared once about either of us. You just put all the housework and child rearing and cooking and cleaning and laundry and budgeting and everything onto me. Well, I hope you're happy, because all of this happening right now is a direct result of the way that you've been treating me. Got it?
But, I thought that you'd be fine taking care of the kid.
Are you illiterate? Are you blind? Are you just not reading what I sent to you? You know, I can't do this anymore. If you're just going to beg me to take you back, then I'll tell you that you aren't going to hear from me again until my lawyer decides to contact you about the divorce details. Until then, I don't want to have to hear from you, think about you, or deal with you at all. After that, I was referred to a divorce lawyer by Mr. Todd, Jack's supervisor, who I had been in contact with since getting picked up by the company president on the night that Jack threw Fiona and I out. I was glad that I was able to end things with Jack and take full custody of my daughter, but I can never forget the hardship he put me through. After the divorce and splitting our assets, I sued Jack for endangering our child and forced him to pay a hefty sum, which I used to move Fiona and I closer to my parents with. The last thing I heard about Jack was that he was so ashamed of all the rumors flying around about him at work that he ended up quitting in disgrace. I don't know what happened to him after that, but good riddance, I say.
Hey, Sandra, are you there? I was just wondering if you were done at the doctor's office yet. How did it go, by the way? Did you hear any news from her? Anything important?
Well, I was able to confirm basically what we already know, which is that I'm pregnant. The doctor said that I was already about 3 months into the pregnancy.
Oh, I see. Well, that's good to know for sure, though. I'm glad that you were able to find that out. What about the sex of the baby? Do you know if it's going to be a boy or a girl?
I asked, but the doctor said that they didn't quite know yet, although they said they should be able to confirm that for me within a month or two.
So then we still have quite a ways to go before we even find out if I'm going to be having a grandson or a granddaughter. Is that right?
Yes, but don't worry. You're on the same schedule as everyone else to find out. We just have to wait for more information.
You know, you seem pretty relaxed for someone who just found out that they were indeed pregnant. In fact, I would be pretty nervous about whether or not you're going to have a boy. Because if you have a third daughter, well, I would just be so embarrassed personally. I know you must be wanting a son too, right?
Yeah, I'm not really sure if that's on the top of my priority list for this child, really. I mean, I don't really care what my child turns out to be. I just want them to be happy and healthy.
But I know that you grew up in a household with a bunch of brothers, isn't that right? So I'm just saying that it would be weird if you didn't have a son given your family.
Lisa, you know that Josh and I have talked about this with you before, but neither of us really care about what our child ends up being. They can be a boy, a girl, intersex. It doesn't really matter to us one bit. Just as long as we can be good, supportive parents and give them a good life, that's all that matters.
I get that, but are you really saying that you won't care at all if you just have a third daughter and not a son this time? I mean, just how long do you think you're going to be able to have kids for? We have to get this show on the road, you know?
Again, I think that maybe we just have different priorities when it comes to this. Are you saying that you'd really be let down if I did end up having a third daughter?
Well, of course I would. You know how much I want to have a grandson, don't you? I mean, who else would carry on the family name? If you don't have a son, then that means that your daughters are going to have to take other family names, and that then will be the end of our lines.
I really don't think that that's how that's going to work at all. I mean, first of all, no matter what, we're all going to be family, and your family's history will just be tied into the others like it would be anyways. But also, there are plenty of women choosing not to change their name or taking hyphenated last names.
That isn't what I'm talking about at all, and you know it. Honestly, why do I even bother trying to get through to you these days? All I'm saying is, back in my day, a wife wasn't considered a real wife to her husband unless she could give him a son. Nobody wants to have a woman in their family who can't produce male offspring.
Male offspring? I think you might be watching too much Game of Thrones or something, Lisa. And even if that's how things were done while you were coming into adulthood, times have changed.
I'm just saying that you're wasting time with every child you produce that isn't a son. If this one isn't a boy, are you going to have any more children?
No, I don't think we're going to have any more children after this one. I think that 3 kids is plenty.
So then you really don't care at all what happens to the family after you have your 3rd child? Because if I were you, I would be thinking long and hard about the legacy you're leaving behind. You still have time to change your mind. You don't have to be like this, you know.
Again, I just really don't care about those things in the same way that you do.
I really can't believe what you're saying to me. This is just ridiculous. I'll warn you right now that if you have another daughter, I'm going to make my son leave you.
Lisa, come on. Please be reasonable. Besides, I'm sorry to say, but I don't think anything you could do could make Josh leave me.
You mean you really think that my son is going to want to stay with a useless wife who can't even give him a son of his own? You really are a useless woman, a useless wife, and a useless mother. Do you know that? And I won't be afraid to deal with you the way that I know how.
So then you mean you'll finally move out of our house for good if I have another daughter?
What in the world are you talking about? I wouldn't be the one moving out of the house. You would. Why should I have to move away when I'm so close to my own son?
Well, it just doesn't make any sense for me to move out either. Besides, if I did move out, then I would be taking my daughters with me.
Oh no, you don't have to worry about that. You could go ahead and leave your children with Josh. After all, they still carry his superior genes. But I just want to tell you now that if you find out that the child you're carrying is a girl, well, we just don't need any more of those around. Besides, how are you going to handle being a single mother of 3 daughters after you do get kicked out if you do take the children?
So you're really being serious? You're saying you would really try and kick me out of the house for having a girl?
Of course I'm being serious. Why would I ever joke about something like this? You better hope that child you have inside you is a boy. Because like I said, I'm not afraid to get rid of you the moment that I find out it's not a boy but a girl. Sandra, are you there? I'm just wondering what's taking you so long to get back home from work today.
I'm sorry about that, Lisa. I was on my way home when I remembered some things that I needed to buy and stopped into the grocery store.
Oh, I see. I thought that you were going to the doctor's office again today. Is that right? Have they finally told you what the baby is going to be? Please tell me that they told you were having a boy.
I still don't know the answer to that, in fact.
Wait, what? What do you mean you don't know the answer to that yet? You mean they still haven't told you?
That's right. They still haven't told me, and I'm waiting to hear back.
You know, I don't think that I believe you. I think they told you that it was a girl and you just don't know what to tell me.
No, the doctor said that it was still too early to tell definitively.
Oh, come on. You're telling me that you're not 4 months pregnant and you still don't know if you're having a boy or a girl? If they haven't been able to see the very obvious signs that it's a boy, then I'm afraid that you do have a girl. And the doctors really haven't said anything to you at all? Because if that's the case, then I think it's just another sign that you're probably having a girl and not a boy.
No, they said that it was still too early to tell and that this is a perfectly common occurrence not to know at this point in the pregnancy.
Who is this doctor? Where did you find him? Do you even know if he's legit or not? I think a good doctor would know by now.
Lisa, do I have to remind you again that Josh and I have already talked to you about this? Because I think we've made it pretty clear that we really don't care what our baby is, so please stop asking.
I don't care if you two don't care because I do care. I care about the future of this family. Don't you get that? And just who do you think you are to talk back to your mother-in-law like this, huh?
I'm not trying to talk back to you at all, but you're saying things that we've already discussed.
You just don't want to hear what I have to say since you know that I'm right. But you should know that I was never accepted by my husband's family until I had Josh. And that's why I know how to get rid of women like you who can't give their husband the sons they deserve. That's the only way that a woman can show her worth to her husband's family.
Well, I think that's a very sad way to see things personally, but I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
I'm not sad at all. It made me the good mother that I am today, and it's wisdom that I'm trying to pass down to you. You need to understand how important it is that you have a son for this family, okay? Otherwise, we are going to have a serious problem. I mean, do you want to be worthless in the eyes of this family? Is that what you want to happen? Because that is what's going to happen.
I get that back in the day, sons were prized more than daughters, but times have changed, okay? I mean, I don't try and tell you about how wrong I think the way you were raised is.
And that's because there's nothing wrong about the way that my generation was raised. Thank you very much. And that's why I know that it's always best to have sons and not daughters.
But Lisa, you're someone's daughter. I'm sorry, but I just can't accept what you're trying to tell me. I mean, Josh is just a regular businessman. What besides his name does he really even have to pass on? Why does it even matter at this point anyways?
You just really don't understand anything at all, do you? But I suppose it would be pointless to try and talk to you about all of this anyways. But just know that if the child you have inside of you does turn out to be a girl, then she's basically worthless to anyone.
Okay, well, we don't even know what the sex of the baby that I'm going to be having is, so there's no need to talk like this.
You really want to bring someone into the world whose only purpose in life is to give some other family's sons to carry on their family name? Anyways, I've known plenty of pregnant women in my time, and you should know the sex of the baby right now.
Well, the doctors are telling me that they don't, and I think they would know a little better than you.
Oh yes, I'm sure whatever quack doctor you went to go and see knows far more about having children than me. But honestly, I can't believe how fine you are with letting down your husband's family like this. But I suppose if you're going to be like this, I can wait another month to hear the news of what I already know. And in the meantime, I'll have to go out and find a new wife for my son. Sandra, I have some news that I'd like to share with you. You are done at the doctor's office for the day, aren't you? First, I want you to tell me what the doctors had to say about the sex of the baby. Surely they know what it's going to be by now, right?
Actually, the doctors still said that they weren't able to determine anything, but they think it's likely that I'm having a girl.
Aha! I knew it! I knew that you were going to be having a girl! What did I tell you, huh?
Well, I just said the doctors said they still weren't quite certain. And they said there have been times where they've gotten it wrong in the past, even when they were so sure. So I suppose we just really won't be able to know the answer until I actually just have the baby.
You really are just full of excuses, aren't you? But if that's the way that you're going to be, don't even bother coming home, okay? We don't need a woman like you in our lives anymore. I've already packed up all of your things and sent them ahead to your parents' house, so you can just go straight to their place instead. I am going to find a nice young wife for my Josh to marry, and we won't ever think of you again.
Lisa, have you really still not figured out what's going on here yet?
What are you talking about? What's going on? You don't know what you're talking about.
The truth is that I've been thinking about moving out for some time now. In fact, I already packed up what I needed and sent it ahead.
Oh, I see. Well, at least you're smart enough to save me some of the effort. But tell me, is it because you finally realized that you offer nothing of value to this family if you won't have a son? I'm just glad that I was finally able to get through to you and that you've finally seen the light.
Actually, it's not just me who's going to be leaving. Josh and the girls are going to be leaving with me.
What in the world are you talking about, you silly woman? Do you really think that I would ever let them do that?
And just how do you think that you would stop them? I mean, Josh already packed up and sent his things away as well.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? What's going on here? I want answers.
I think the answers are all pretty obvious, really. Josh and I were never ever going to get a divorce.
But, I mean, are you telling me that my son is just going to abandon me all by myself?
More or less, yes. That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you is going to happen.
That can't be right. This has to be some kind of lie. Do you think that I'm going to fall for that? I raised my son since he was born. You really think that you could just scare him away like that? Besides, my husband already passed away, so if he left me then, I would be all by myself. Are you really telling me you're all going to leave a poor old woman to fend for herself?
Lisa, you are the one who wanted to kick me out of my own home all because I wasn't going to have a son. If you don't like the way that my family is, then you don't have to live with us. It really is just that simple.
But my son would never leave me. There's no way that he'd do something like this unless you tricked him. He's too sweet.
He is sweet and he doesn't want to have to do this, but he loves me and he doesn't want to see me get hurt.
Well, I know this won't stick. I know that my son can't live without me. He'll be back. You'll all be back, you'll see. He'll never cast me aside like this.
I'm sorry to say, but Josh and I have already talked about this and he said that he's going to stay with me, even if it means never seeing you again.
I know that you must have told him something wrong to turn him against me. My son would never ever treat me like this. I was patient with you at first, but I knew right from the very start that you were going to be nothing but trouble. You really are just a little brat. Do you know this? I mean, really, you can't even do the bare minimum of what a wife should be able to. That's why I was never ever going to accept you as my daughter-in-law.
And I think you would have figured out by now that I really don't care what you think of me as. I've been plenty patient with you two, and now I am seriously at my limits with your nonsense.
See? There you go again, talking back to your mother-in-law. Just who do you think you are to do something like that, huh? We've all lived together for 10 years. Do you know that? Do you know just how many second chances I've given you? How merciful I've been to you? I won't let you take my son away from me. I'd rather you and all your crappy daughters just leave and never, ever return again. Sandra, are you there? Please, you have to help me. I can't get a hold of Josh no matter what. Can you please tell him that I've been trying to get in contact with him for a while?
Actually, Josh is right here with me, and he's doing just fine not talking to you.
Well, can you please tell me where it is that you've all moved to? I've checked in every place that I can think of.
Yeah, that isn't going to happen. We're not going to tell you where we've moved to.
All I want to do is speak to my son. That's the only reason why I want to know. I just want to talk to him face to face after all this time. Is that really so bad?
I think that you really need to give this a rest. Why can't you accept that your son needs some space from you right now? In fact, he doesn't want to talk to you at all, and this isn't going to do anything to help him change his mind. In fact, you should consider yourself lucky if he ever even decides to give you a call.
I want to talk to my son face to face so that you can't butt in and put any more fake ideas into his head.
Actually, Josh doesn't want to talk to you, and he came to that decision on his own. He just doesn't even know what he could even say to you. I have nothing to do with this at all. He told me this is what he wanted to do after I told you what I had been dealing with.
No, this can't be right. My son would never just want to abandon me like this. He'd never want to try and cut me out of his life. I mean, don't you both realize that without him in my life, I'll be all alone? I won't have anyone to take care of me at all if you do this.
Yes, I'm afraid that you're right about that. That is what's going to happen.
And you would really steal my only son? The only living family that I have left away from me? How could you be so cruel to a poor old woman like me? Even though he was so kind enough to let you live with him, and after the two of you got married, now that you've just decided that you want him all for yourself.
Let me make something clear, Lisa. I was the one who allowed you to move in with Josh and I. In fact, Josh was against you living with us from the very start. He knew that you'd be overbearing and was wanting some independence. But I told him that I wanted to show you that I could be a good daughter-in-law and pushed for you to stay with us. In fact, it became a bit of a fight early on with Josh and I. I practically ended up forcing him to call you and ask if you'd like to live with us.
But no, this can't be right. It's gotta be some kind of trick or something. I mean, my son loves me more than anything in the whole world.
I know that you think that you and your son are so close and inseparable, but I'm afraid to tell you that the only one who thinks that is you. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm only telling you what I've learned watching you and your son interact and listening to Josh talk about you. I'm not going to pretend like you and I have even had enough of a chance to get to know each other well, but your son has told me all about you and all about him.
Please, Sandra. Josh is the only thing that I have left in my sad life. You have to talk to him. You have to convince him to change his mind about all of this. Can't you do that for me?
I'm not going to do anything of the sort. Josh is going through a lot himself right now, and I'm going to give him the time he needs to process this on his own. So please stop trying to call us or text us to ask where we live. If we see you snooping around here, we're going to call the police. Do you understand?
The police? You mean you would call the police on a poor old woman like me? How could you do that?
I've been clear with you why we're doing this. If you really can't figure it out by now, then I think that you also need to take some time to think about your actions. So here's what's going to happen. You are going to find a new place to live and take care of yourself until Josh decides that he's ready to talk to you and have you in his life again. But until then, we don't want anything to do with you ever again. This is going to happen on its own time or not at all. I tried to be clear with Lisa about what would happen if she kept pestering us, but she just didn't seem interested in listening at all. In the end, we had to block her number on everything and do our best to hide any information leaking out to her. It took a few years, but by then Josh was finally ready to talk to his mother again. At that point, Lisa had been living in a tiny apartment that she was barely able to afford through her retirement checks and wages from her new part-time job. I think the experience must have humbled Lisa quite a bit and hopefully taught her the true meaning of family and having people there who care for you. She was so apologetic about all the things that she said to me, and I actually believed what she had to tell me. While we didn't reinvite her into our lives with our arms spread wide open, Josh and I agreed to give her a second chance, and we've been making an effort to have her visit us, or the other way around, at least once a month. She must have gotten over her obsession with having sons as well, because she is nothing but incredibly kind and sweet to all three of her granddaughters. Of course, it pains me that my relationship with my mother-in-law went in the direction that it did, but I think that Lisa finally came to understand that our family is the way it is, and she could either take it or leave it. Or perhaps more accurately, we would leave her.
Hey, just remembered my parents are coming over today. Can you help make dinner with Mom? Good chance to learn her recipes.
What? Wait, that's so last minute. Haven't we gone over this before? You need to tell me ahead of time, not right before. Even the day before is cutting it close.
You're overthinking it. She's family. No need to stress. They're my parents. You don't have to make a big deal out of it.
Still, when she's here, I feel like I have to be on my best behavior. I told you to let them know from your side, didn't I?
What are you on about? I want you to get along with my parents. You don't have to be so negative about it.
I know you love your parents, but put yourself in my shoes. If they're coming over, I need time to prepare.
You should always be prepared. That's just an excuse. The house should always be clean, and we should have food ready for guests. It's something we should always do.
If you want them over, you should handle the prep. Why is it always on me to get everything ready? You want them here, so you do it.
What? Are you ditching your duties as a woman? My mom always did it herself. She never expected my dad to help.
Sure, and maybe that's how it works in your family. Your mom was a stay-at-home mom. I work, and we should both be doing house chores. Balance is the key to any relationship. It should never be one-sided.
That's just an excuse. I'm not good at housework, and I need you to handle it.
No, that's an excuse. You used to care more about me when we were dating. Since we got married, I've been doing everything around the house. It's not fair.
Seriously, don't ever say that in front of my parents. They'll be really upset.
I am talking to you, not to your family. We need to solve our problems together.
No, you just need to try harder and be more efficient. You're a woman. You should be able to handle it.
What? Do you think women just magically know how to do housework? Like it's some kind of instinct? That's ridiculous.
That's how it is. Otherwise, women don't have strength, height, or any other advantage.
What? Is that really what you think?
Oh, by the way, about Hazel from the reunion. Don't get too close to her. I know you two used to be pretty tight, right?
Hazel? Why? We had a great time catching up. Was that a problem?
Did you hear the rumors about her? Her husband is really shady. Apparently, he's been scamming people for money.
That's gotta be just rumors. I mean, she might have a thing for complicated guys, but saying stuff like that is harsh.
Are you trying to pick a fight with me? Are you holding a grudge? I'm just looking out for you. Why am I being made the bad guy here?
I'm just saying it's wrong to badmouth someone based on rumors. I'm not making you the bad guy. Are you trying to make me out to be the one wrong here?
This is why talking to women is so frustrating. Always a comeback.
Oh, so you know a lot of women to speak for all of them?
See, there you go again. Why do you have to be like that? Whatever, I'm done.
Wow, now you're just being defensive.
Anyway, my parents are coming today, so make sure everything is ready.
Sure. Hey, Brittany. It was great seeing you the other day. Glad to see you're doing well. Yeah, it's been a while. Glad you're doing well, too. We haven't seen each other much since you got pregnant. Yeah, things have been crazy. But I've been meaning to reach out to you. Let's grab a meal together sometime. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I wanted to ask you something. Did something happen between you and Frank? Huh? What do you mean? Well, it didn't seem like you two were as close as you were before. It seems like there's been some distance between you two. Oh, really? Yeah, I guess it did look like that. I felt it too, honestly. Wait, did something happen? You guys haven't seen each other recently, right? Yeah, we haven't. It was the first time in a while that we talked. But there's something about him that's been bugging me. What do you mean? Do you know something about him? Yeah. But hey, you mentioned you were thinking about living in a two-family house. Does that mean living with his parents? Yeah, it does. I don't want to, but his parents want it, and Frank is on board with it. I thought so. He's always had a bit of a mama's boy vibes. Yeah, you guys warned me before we got married. You said his mama's boy side could be an issue, but I didn't listen. I thought it was good that he cared about his parents, so I married him. Sounds like you're struggling with Frank's mama's boy tendencies, huh? Yeah, his mama's boy stuff is a real problem. I see. That sounds tough. So is he buying the house? No, I'm planning to buy it in my name. If it's in his name, he might tell me to leave if we fight, especially with his parents living with us. Seriously? Well, you've always been smart and you have a good job, right? Do you make more than him? Yeah, pretty much. I handle our finances, so he doesn't know, but I actually make more. Figures. He's the type to care about that stuff and has a lot of pride. Exactly. Do you split the housework? I mean, you both work and you make more, so he's not leaving all the housework to you, right? Actually, that's exactly what's happening. Wow, I knew it. He's the worst. Even if he doesn't know about the salary difference, his mindset is so outdated. I couldn't stay in a marriage like that. I feel the same way. His old-fashioned thinking is really getting to me. I could complain forever. His parents also drive me nuts, and he never listens to me about them. I get that. I'm wondering if I should say something. It's good you're putting the house in your name, but you shouldn't have to be the one paying for everything. Please, tell me what you're thinking. I wanted to ask you something. I've heard some bad rumors about your husband, and I'm worried. Oh, that. Yeah, there are some rumors about him. Let's meet up and talk about it in person. Sure, sounds good.
Finally, our house is built. Our dream home. I'm so happy.
Yeah, you always wanted to live with your parents.
Sorry that I made you pay for the whole thing, but you don't have to come back. Just go shopping and then disappear.
What? What do you mean? I went shopping for you guys.
I hear ya, but you don't have to come back. I'm living here with my parents. You're out.
I don't get it. Are you saying you want a divorce?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. Glad you caught on quick. Bye.
Got it. Goodbye. I'll file the divorce papers. I still have the signed papers you gave me after our fight about your mom.
What? I thought that you threw those away. Good. I expected more drama from you. Go ahead and file them.
Will do.
Hey, pick up the phone. Explain what's going on.
What do you want?
Why am I getting hit up for the new house payments? Some scary guy almost hit me this morning. What's going on?
Oh, just pay the bills. It's your house, so you're responsible for the costs. Simple as that.
What? You paid everything, remember?
What are you talking about? I didn't pay for it. Why would I pay for a house I'm not living in? The house is in your name.
No way. I thought you bought this house.
If I had, I would have kicked you out by now. You bought it yourself, so I just left quietly. I saw you acting shady before making the full payment, so I made sure it was in your name.
You've got to be kidding me. You never told me. I can't afford this.
I'm definitely not paying. I reluctantly agreed to live with your parents, but you threw me out to live with another woman. So deal with your own problems. Leave me out of it.
Wait, what did you just say?
Read the messages again. Are you an idiot? Did you really think I didn't know that you were cheating?
What are you talking about? That's not true. I don't understand.
I have all the evidence. Don't play dumb. It's too late for excuses. I'm consulting with a lawyer and you'll be paying alimony.
Wait, hold on. I'm not with any other woman.
Then who's the woman living with you now? You're practically cohabitating.
What? How do you know about that?
Because I hired a detective. I know everything. It's too late to hide it. I have all the evidence. I'm going to submit it, so prepare for the consequences.
This is too much. How did it come to this? You should cover the house payments. You promised you'd pay for it.
I don't remember making that promise, and even if I did, it was because I was going to live there. Now that you've kicked me out, I'm not paying a cent.
Why are you saying this? I really wanted to live with you. But things happened and the other woman got in the way. I really wanted to live with you.
What a load of bullshit. I know you've been with her for a while. Hazel told me everything.
What? Did she tell you something she shouldn't have? Is she putting ideas in your head?
Don't blame others. You're the one doing wrong. Take responsibility for your actions. I'm not hiding anything. You know, Hazel saw you two on a date. That's why you were avoiding her at the reunion and told me to stay away from her, right?
You're confused.
So when you said you were on a business trip, you were actually on overnight dates with her. Hazel told me about running into you two at the hotel.
All right, I messed up. But this is just a guy thing, you know? It's instinct. Men are different from women.
Do you really think that childish excuse is going to work? Grow up. I'm sick of your lame excuses. You're a guy, but you are seriously pathetic.
Enough already. How much more are you going to put me down? And where did you get the money from anyway? I got harassed big time.
That was Hazel's husband.
What?
I couldn't find anyone else to lend that much money in one go, so I talked to her and she introduced me to her husband. Oh, by the way, those rumors about him that you were worried about, they're all true. You saw that firsthand today, right? How was it?
So the rumors about her husband being a dangerous loan shark, they're true.
Yeah, the guy who came to see you today works for him. Make sure you pay up before they get really angry. And hurry up or the interest will skyrocket. Just a friendly warning.
Hey, wait a minute. This is bullshit. I can't pay for that. Why do I have to?
Because it's your house and your parents are living there too. And don't forget, I'm also going to get alimony from you. Get ready for that.
Wait, I'm sorry. I got carried away. Please help me out. You can help me pay for this house. If we split it, we can pay it off quickly.
Even if that were true, I'm not helping you. I don't love you anymore.
Don't say that. I realize you're the only one for me. Living with someone else made me see how much you did. You were perfect with cooking and chores. Please, I'm begging you.
Too late. You don't deserve someone like me.
Please. Wait. Help me out. We can live together again. I'll take better care of you, I promise.
People don't change that easily. I should have seen your true colors before marrying you. If I had known, I wouldn't have married you. Now you'll know the pain of losing me. Enjoy your time in hell. Hazel, I talked to him. Thanks for all your help. He's shaking in his boots after today. That's good to hear. We gained a good client, too. I'll handle punishing him, don't worry. I always had doubts about him. Any guy who badmouths my friends is the worst. Good friends are worth their weight in gold. I'm glad you listened to me this time. Next, I'll help you find a good guy. It's been tough, but stay strong. Thanks. I trust you with getting back at him. He kept trying to contact me to apologize, but I was done with him. I went through a lawyer to get my alimony. Hazel's husband had his guys try to collect the debt, and since he couldn't pay, he sold the house, got dumped, and moved to some unknown rural town with his parents. I don't know or care about their lives now. I just want my alimony. They might be homeless for all I know. Serves them right.